The next panel is Susan Nabergall, Eva Mason, James Dickey, Bianca Mason, Reed King, Alan Keith, and the next panel following this panel will be Amy Hedsky, Joanne Hawley, Denise Knobs, Katie Jackson, Jason Marcella, and Marianne Thompson Frank. Okay, we've lost them here too. Susan Nabergall. Susan Nabergall wished to testify in favor of the bill. We will now show her registering a position only. Eva Mason, go ahead.
Thank you for allowing me to speak today. My name is Eva Mason. I live in College Station, Texas, and I'm representing myself in pro-choice Aggies, and I oppose SB 1. I am a Latino woman, a voter, a Texan, and a Christian. I oppose SB 1 because it would greatly disenfranchise an already ignored group. The thing we must remember and understand is that this battle transcends abortion rights and comes straight down to attacks on rural families, LGBT persons, women, men, and even fetuses. We all need Planned Parenthood and clinics of the like in order to prevent abortion, unwanted planned and unplanned pregnancies, further STD healthcare, etc. Yes, there are other facilities that might be able to care, but Planned Parenthood offers care no matter what to anyone. They offer counseling and all of the options. SB 1 puts unnecessary, undue burden on women already in a difficult situation. This creates gozels by spawning a disgusting, evil, underground abortion industry. I can't help but question whether this would even be an issue if men could get pregnant. I can't help but ask what happens to all of the unwanted and unplanned. I implore you, for the sake of all Texans, even those I do not speak for, pro-choice includes pro-life, and without access, there is no choice but risk. If we want to protect Texas women and improve health care, I beg you not to pass this omnibus abortion bill, but to consider changing how we value life of all Texans by extending health care, increasing access, and funding to all clinics, providing factual medical care and information. I stand for Texas women, yes, even the blue shirts, because I believe Texans deserve better, and SB 1 brings a dark cloud over us. The government that gender and sex selectively takes away constitutional rights one day, what do they do tomorrow?
Thank you. James Dickey.
Good evening, Madam Chairman, Senators. My name is James Dickey. I'm representing myself and the Central Texas Republican Assembly, of which I'm president. I apologize. I had intended to have a written copy of the testimony and was unable to bring that. You have just heard, and you've heard many times today, the claim that this law would close up to 90% of the current clinics, and that claim is based on the provision in the law that requires that abortion clinics meet the Department of Health Services requirements related to abortion ambulatory surgical centers. Being a fact-based person, I thought I would actually just read Title 25 of the Texas Administrative Code, Chapter 135, that is the regulations related to ambulatory surgical centers and licensing rules effective November 25th, 2010, to see what possible clauses could cause such devastation. And a significant portion of the regulations, and everything I'll read comes from the first 19 pages of that Section 135. A significant portion has to do with items that will incur no cost and actually any well-run operation of any kind as a businessman should have. For example, in Section 4, it requires that ambulatory surgical center operations have a governing body that will address and is fully responsible for the operation and performance of the ambulatory surgical center, including approving all major contracts or arrangements affecting the medical care provided under its auspices, and including the employment of healthcare practitioners and an effective procedure for the immediate transfer to a hospital of patients requiring emergency care beyond the capabilities of the ambulatory surgical center. Now, if abortion centers don't already have that, they should. And if one had to close for lack of that, better that than a woman not being able to be transferred to a hospital.
Thank you. Is Bianca Mason present? Bianca Mason? I think there are two Masons. Yeah. Bianca Mason we will show in opposition to the bill but not being here to testify. Reed King.
Yes, committee members, senators, fellow Texans, my name is Reed King from Denton, and I'm here representing myself, my wife, and my 7 children, only 6 of whom we were able to meet face-to-face. I'm from District 12, represented by Senator Nelson, and I'm here speaking in favor of SB 1. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men. I think all of us here can agree on several points. Every individual has the right to do with their own body and their own property and their own liberty anything which they choose to do, as long as it doesn't infringe on the rights of other individuals to do the same. And number 2, government's job is only to be involved when there is conflict between individuals that cannot be resolved between those individuals. That is also its very reason for existence. Where those of us here differ is simply on how many people we believe are involved in an abortion. If there is only one person involved in an abortion, then I would agree that government should not have any say in the matter. After all, a woman has every right to do with her own body as she wishes. However, there are 2 people involved in that medical procedure, and as such, government does have the authority and the duty to become involved when a woman's liberty to do as she wishes infringes on her daughter's life. Scientifically, fertilization is the first moment which you have a genetically unique organism, one with strictly human DNA, unique from the pregnant woman where she currently resides. Legally, Texas Penal Code Section 107 defines an individual means a human being who is alive, including an unborn child at every stage of gestation from fertilization until birth. We are here strictly and solely to protect all Texas women from surgical procedures and facilities that do not meet basic standards for surgical facilities or having their bodies violently abused and their lives ended. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government, laying its foundations on such principles and organizing its powers in such a form as to them seem more likely to affect their safety and happiness.
Thank you.
Please stay informed on that.
Thank you, Mr. King. Alan Keith.
Everyone, my name is Alan Keith. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I'm here against the against the bill. And first, I'd like to thank all of you for your service and your time, and it's really appreciated. And also a note of the atmosphere outside is really wonderful because
That's nice to hear. We haven't
you
seen
do.
outside.
Okay. Well, you have everyone who's opposed to it and everyone who wants it. They're all in. There's been no battle going on.
I'm so happy to hear
Yeah,
that.
there hasn't been one thing that's happened, which is good. Thank you. Okay.
Go ahead.
So, but I'm against it because of, a woman needs to have a choice over her body. She's the only one that knows what's going on inside of her and what the situation demands. And I'm a God-fearing citizen. God is my creator, and He creates everyone. And so He also created the idea of abortion. So if it wasn't supposed to be, it would not be here. But I respect the life as well. So, but I still believe that it's completely up to the woman. I'm also worried about the clinics being closed down. That someone like my mother needed a mammogram. She's on a fixed income. There would be nowhere for her to go. She's agoraphobic, so she won't leave the house. And it would just be an impossible situation for a lot of different people. So I'm for the cancer screenings and the mammograms and the essential health that these clinics provide. Because, I don't know. I just don't think a lot of women are running to this clinic to get an abortion. I can't really think of, being a man myself, I can't think of a lot of people that would just not, that were like, I'm going to have my baby aborted today. Why not? It's a very hard decision for anyone to make. So I think that everyone takes the time to understand what's going on with their body. So thank you.
Thank you for being here. Thank you to this panel.